Hi, everyone. Marianne Croce here from Small Biz Vantage and the creator of 3 Day Weekend System and Coaching. And I am so glad to be here each and every week for a couple of different reasons. I really enjoy doing these lives. The first reason is for you to be able to shift your perspective, if you will. That small biz vantage. Look at your business differently because that can really be your competitive edge. The second is for you to be able to take one action item away each and every week and really implement it. It doesn't take these massive changes. You can do small shifts that causes a ripple effect in your business and really does create that impact. So a lot of people ask me, Marianne, who do you work with? And I work with business owners that have teams and they are in the automotive and skilled trade industries. This is the group that I really respect and admire. They have a lot of grit and a lot of drive. And I really help them with owner overload. That's when you feel like your business is consuming you. You've reached milestones, you've reached different levels of success. But now, what you want to do is you want to next level your business, but you also want to have a life. You don't want your business to consume you. And that's where I come in and help. So let's get started with this week's topic. It's a team approach to success. And this was really something that was very easy to come up with because talk about this a lot with business owners and clients. They will often tell me that their team is vital to their business success. I mean, let's face it, we know that we can only do so much alone. And when you're trying to go it alone, it can be a real challenge. With a team, your business is actually capable of much more. Yet some owners don't realize that. They're still stuck in trying to do everything themselves. And I have to tell you, for generations, whether you're inside the industry or outside the industry, people have left high paying jobs for one that is really rewarding. It's enjoyable and they have growth opportunities. And I'll tell you that today, this is more important than ever. And it's a great way for you to be able to compete. So, how do you know what your business is truly capable of? And how do you and your team get there? How do you reach that capacity? Because that's something that I talk about a lot with owners because they want to know what is the capacity. So let's dig a little bit deeper in that. Business capacity is actually the production. It starts with production, the amount of work a team produces on the capability of the team. So when you think about it, what is the capability of the team? Their willingness and individually or their personal capabilities. Because you may have one team that has much more capability of putting work out than another. So that's what we want to think about when we think about production. A lot of times people don't look at it that way. The next thing is alignment. So the level of collaboration to problem solve, right? We all know that problems happen. All the time challenges come up. So what is their level of problem solving and working together, collaborating to reach the goals that they've set, the goals that the business has set? So alignment is very important. And the last one is expectations. So clear expectations really set up a team for success because they know when they are doing a really good job, they know when they're doing a great job and they're kind of hitting it out of the park. And they also know when they're falling short. So to really look at this, I'm going to give you a math equation here, like very, very simple. It's a simple math. That's what we're doing here. So let's say you're going to ask yourself how many technicians that you have on your team and how many days this month will they be working. So it's a very simple math. I'm going to use the example that someone has 4 technicians and they're going to be open, they're going to be working 20 days that month. So if you have 4 technicians working 20 days, that means you have 80 days. And you're working 8 hours a day for this example. So you have 640 hours this month to produce to get work out. And you also have 640 hours this month to sell. So step 1 is you need to know where you are now. So after doing this math, this basic math, and using this month as an example in your business, compare today with the last couple of months. So if you said, okay, this is what I should be doing this month, what was last month like? What was the month before like? And then you actually see how many hours were in that month and what your team actually did. This is your reality check. And this is where you start. You have to know where you are. There are too many reasons that your business may not be at full capacity. There really are lots of reasons. It's not just one. But as far as reviewing your team, you have to also know, for the purpose of this training today, a dysfunctional team can really hold your business back. Think about it. Think about if they're not working together, if they're not supporting together. So how do you really think about reaching that capacity? So training is number 1. Continued training is needed to keep up with technology. There's a lot of technology that has changed, and it's very, very important to keep up with the technology. The second thing is meetings. And the purpose of this is really to set expectations. So meet as a team regularly to set these expectations for the day and to navigate through challenges. So think about it. If everyone knows what the expectation is for that day, they can plan. They're not being blindsided by anything. The other thing is there may be challenges that come up. So now they can navigate, and you as a team can navigate through those challenges. Also, meet individually with each team member. Do that to understand their needs and their goals. Because remember, when we go back to that alignment that I was talking about, if they know that their job is really going to help them align with their goals, it's easy for them to get on board. And lastly, when we're talking about reaching capacity, think about the resources that you have for your team. Think about the tools, not just the tools in the shop, but the tools that you use in your shop, like software, things like that, the equipment, and the perks needed to function at the top of their game. You want to inspire your team with top shop resources, because that's really what we're thinking about here. You want to be a top shop. So that's what I'm looking at when I think of all of this, and I think about really a team approach to success. Success to me is really being a top shop. The next thing that I want to cover is treat people well. Now, I know that we've seen this, outside of the industry, customer service, and many people out there that are really frustrated with the work environment today. They don't feel valued, they don't feel appreciated. So it's really important to treat people well. When customers feel valued and appreciated, they enjoy coming to you and they will refer others. We know that. But when team members feel valued and appreciated, they thrive. They want clear expectations set and they want to work together to achieve those goals. You may find that some people are jaded. They've been in a toxic work environment or work environments, depending on how many jobs they've had for so long, that they believe that this is just the way that it is. Many have been working in what I call survival mode for years. You know what it's like. You kind of keep your head down, you do your work, and you go home. Do the minimum required so you can say you're doing your job, and then you just check out. Many fall into this trap to protect themselves to be from being disappointed yet again. I mean, it's true. We have to look at it from others people perspective and how, they've been up and going through the industry. So a great example of this, there's a series, a Hulu series. It's called The Bear, and I really encourage owners to watch it. It is amazing to see people realize what their capability is and what they're capable of, their capacity, their capability with the right leadership. Okay. This is a great example, lead by example. You see this in this series. Consistency, not giving up when it gets tough, because life is going to get tough, work is going to get tough at times. You're dealing with different personalities. So we have consistency. And the next one is support, training, and resources. So imagine creating an environment for people to not only succeed, but really to thrive. Allow your team to perform at their best. This will lead you to your business being sustainable because now it can run without you there. Can you imagine that? Stop putting out the fires and be the one that has to go in and save the day all the time. Allow your team to discover what they're capable of because we're all capable of more than we realize. And I really suggest you watching that series. It's fantastic. It was hard for me to watch it and not take my notebook out. A couple of times I did just to jot a few things down. But this is really what I'm talking about. We are capable of more than we realize. So I want to share with you a pro thinking tip. Connect the dots for your team. And what I mean by this is let them know how important their role is for the bigger picture. So when you think about it, for the business being successful, how important is their role? Have them be able to see that and connect the dots. Take them through the customer journey to realize the part that they really do take in that and how important it is. Most people want to be part of something bigger than themselves. They really want to make an impact. And when you realize the difference or the impact that your work makes, for others, it really is a game changer. So that's it for this week's Business Leadership in 15 minutes. I'm so glad that you're here. And if you find this valuable, please share it with another business owner that you know that really can help. I look forward to seeing you next week.